Welcome back to Next Gen Investing. It's FOMO time. Nvidia is on the mind, and for good reason, as the S&Ps and the Nasdaq continue to march higher. One of the big reasons is Nvidia shares, which are up almost $8, over almost $131. Caroline Woods is here to explain perhaps the primary reason why, as this U.S. Saudi investment conference made some news headlines, and Nvidia seems to be a big winner. What was the story?
Hey there, Alex. Yes, chips in general, a big beneficiary today, but Nvidia, as you said, up another 6+% today, now up 12% this week, 20% this month, and today pushed its market cap back above $3 trillion again for the first time. I think it was since late February there in terms of timeline. Yesterday, of course, the optimism was all about the tariffs between the U.S. and China temporarily being slashed. Today, there is optimism about sales in Saudi Arabia, where President Trump and tech leaders like Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang are for the Saudi-U.S. Investment Forum in Riyadh. Jensen Huang announced that Nvidia is partnering with Saudi Arabia's state-backed Humain on a 500-megawatt data center project. Humain is going to be building out the AI infrastructure in Saudi Arabia, and it will apparently be powered by several 100,000 of Nvidia's most advanced GPUs over the next 5 years. So there's optimism around that in terms of sales, and also just the fact that this suggests that the Trump administration will likely grant Saudi Arabia wide access to advanced U.S. chips. Until now, tech companies needed those special U.S. licenses to export advanced chips to many Middle Eastern countries because of security concerns and their relationships, of course, with Beijing, with China. Among other chip companies, though, if you take a look, AMD, Broadcom, also up big today. Saudi Arabia, on that note, is also investing in AMD. They formed a $10 billion alliance with Humain as well. So this could mark a significant policy shift as it relates to countries outside of China. Nvidia is still mostly banned from shipping its chips, its advanced AI chips, to China. Last month, the Commerce Department, of course, said that it imposed new export licensing requirements on sales of Nvidia and AMD chips to China, and as a result, Nvidia said it would take a $5.5 billion charge related to that, to the H20 graphics processing units. And it sounds like there's some developments potentially around China as well. Reuters is reporting that Nvidia is close to releasing a downgraded version of its H20 chip to China. And then Piper Sandler is out with a note saying that while this has not been specified just yet, we think as a measure of goodwill, the U.S. government is likely to allow companies like Nvidia and AMD to sell chips within China that were previously banned. Again, not announced yet, but they think it's likely announcement as trade negotiations solidify. They said Nvidia could also stand to benefit from a potential ability to sell the $5.5 billion of H20 product that was previously written off. These chips may potentially and possibly be allowed to be sold in China, in our view. So they already had a bullish call on Nvidia, overweight rating, $150 price target. But it seems like there's some optimism on the China front as well. But, you know, these Saudi Arabia sales certainly sending shares higher today. So Nvidia, which had been, not an outperformer this year, is inching closer to the flat line for year-to-date performance, only down about 2% now, and only down about 14% off the high. So it's seen quite an impressive recovery here at this point.
You stole my thunder. That's what I was about to say. You talked about Meta and Microsoft being the only green Magnificent Seven names. Well, Nvidia is trying its best to join that group. It's now the second largest company by market cap as well, passing Apple the last few days, really today, with this monster rally. Caroline Woods, appreciate the coverage as always. One of the most important names on the street. That's Nvidia.